G'day, my name's Gizza, and thanks for joining me. It's time to relax. You know what that means. Glass of wine, favourite easy chair, of course there's episode plan. So go on, indulge yourself. That's right. Kick off your shoes, put your feet up, lean back, and just enjoy the episode. The doors burst open, and shackled between two guards was a man walking towards me. He was forced to his knees before me. I looked down at him in disgust. My attention was drawn to a sobbing woman who followed closely behind him. And though she was sobbing, her beauty had me enthralled. Here before you, my lord, is Domnall MacLeod Patriarch. He is one of your own court, my lord, and is charged with the heinous crime of plotting to kill your steward.
String him up!
Off with his head!
Quiet! Quiet! I shall do nothing of the sort. Send him to the dungeons. How dare he plot to kill my steward, and one from my own court nonetheless. I must make an example of this man.
I formulated a plan. First, I would focus on his son by finding some lowly wench and marrying him off. To enact the second part of my plan, I needed to wait until they had a child, because in my kingdom, every child must have a guardian. My steward, of all people, will fit this role for this boy, and I will be sure to let his grandfather know. I took great pride in telling him what I had done, before throwing him in the deepest, darkest hole that I could find. What? You think I was finished there? You don't know me at all. He had humiliated me in front of my entire court. This man was going to pay, and he was going to pay with everything that he had, including his wife. She would be my plaything, and I would take great pleasure in telling him so. Tears streamed down his face as I told him that his wife is pregnant with my bastard, and he will be known as the father. He had no choice but to submit. It occurred to me, what happens if my wife finds out that I have a bastard? She had to die, that was it. She had to die. I had to plot my own wife's death. And my whore had to get involved. That way, if anything were to happen, I could blame her. All of a sudden, there was a knock at the door. My servant came in.
What is it, boy?
Sire, your wife is pregnant, sire. I was astounded. I was taken aback. I had to stop this plot. Maybe this time I would have a son. and I needed a male heir. As it turned out, my whore was the one who bore me a son, an illegitimate boy. My wife, on the other hand, gave me yet another daughter. Toward the end of the year 1074, I faced a choice, and that was spend time with my whore or spend time with my wife. Now, if I was to spend time with my lover, then my wife would be angry with me for so very long. On the other hand, if I was to spend time with my wife, I would lose my lover. I didn't know what to do. This was quite the dilemma. So in my utter wisdom, I arranged a ball, and I invited my lover. Both of them would be in the same room. Oh, this was going to be an exciting evening. I thought my goose was cooked when I looked over and saw my whore talking with my wife. But that came to nothing. I took my whore to my bedchambers that night. She produced me another bastard, a daughter this time. I believe it was February of 77 when I got the news that my lover had died. Yes, okay, she was just a pawn in my scheme to get revenge on that maggot dying down in the hole. But I did grow close to her over the years. I ended up loving her. My wife, on the other hand, I never touched again. Five daughters, and not a male to take my name. Okay, I had that bastard, but he would never carry my name. I died, bitter old man. My kingdom split, my daughters narrowed at each other's throats, war on the horizon. My legacy.